Hi everybody, welcome to the Spain Gibraltar channel and welcome to kind of an interesting and unique story about speaking American Sign Language in Spain. So first of all, I know a little bit of American Sign Language. I have a good friend back in Minnesota who's deaf and I learned a little bit from him. Anyway, at the gym the past few weeks, I started noticing a couple who were signing to each other. So I was observing this couple and after a couple weeks, I saw them on some equipment and we were kind of in a separate corner of the gym. So I went up to them and I was like, "Hi, are you deaf?" And they were like, "Yeah." And they started, I think that they were just so happy to meet someone who like signed because it's not very common here in Spain. Anyway, the interesting and unique thing about signing with them is that I think in English, right? I'm fluent in Spanish and I'm speaking in a different language, right? I'm signing, which sign language includes your hand. They also read lips. It's also about your facial expressions. So all those kind of elements combined is how you use sign language. Anyway, when I'm speaking with them or when I'm signing with them, I'm thinking in English, using American Sign Language, having to translate that into Spanish, and then using like Spanish words because you have to think about it, like they're from Spain, right? So they grew up learning Spanish, reading Spanish, knowing what Spanish words are. So I can't be like, "How are you?" I have to be like, "¿Cómo estás?" And they're going to read my lips when I say, "¿Cómo estás?" Right? And I don't even know if that's the right way to say, "How are you?" But we exchanged like, "Hi, how are you?" "Good. Yeah, everything's good." But it's in Spanish, so I have to be like, "Sí, todo está bien." But for someone like me who's interested in different languages, different cultures, right? I had never really seen deaf people here in the south of Spain. So, and of course they're at the gym and I'm just looking at them thinking, I really want to say hi to them. And I think that it just made a really good experience for all of us. And I was like, I'm from EEUU, which is Estados Unidos, because they wouldn't say USA, right? They would say it in Spanish, how they know it. So it's so interesting for me to have to translate from English to Spanish, sign language, and then Spanish Sign Language, but using Spanish words to communicate with them. A really fun experience too. So if you're someone who's traveling to Spain, or if you're someone who's interested in languages, let's say that you speak Spanish and maybe know a little bit of sign language as well, it's been a really fun experience. Just and I've only had a few interactions with them, but it's been really fun and cool how my brain has to go almost in like 4 languages, right? And that's my experience, my first kind of couple experiences with deaf culture here in Spain. I don't even know how to sign Spain. So thank you for joining the Spain Gibraltar channel. And of course, we'll see how the experience goes and just kind of the uniqueness of signing, using sign language from English to Spanish. And although there's a lot of similarities in the words and a lot of the signs are going to be similar, it's still different because I'm thinking in English and they're thinking in Spanish. And so there's this kind of like meeting in the middle, which is, I think, for me anyway, I think it's super cool. Anyway, thanks for joining the Spain Gibraltar channel and I will see you soon.